So next we have the Venerable Geshe Lhakdor. And Geshe Lhakdor, let me quickly read his biography. Geshe Lhakdor has served His Holiness the Dalai Lama as his translator and religious assistant since 1989. A distinguished Buddhist scholar, Geshe Lhakdor was the English translator for His Holiness. He has co-translated, co-produced several books by the Dalai Lama. As director of the Library of Tibetan Books and Archives in Dharamsala, Geshe facilitates the Science for Monks program and shares his own expertise as a scholar of science and philosophy. Geshe is trustee of the Foundation of Universal Responsibility established by His Holiness. He is also the director of the Central Archive of His Holiness and a member of the advisory board of the Institute of Tibetan Classics in Montreal, Canada. He is now the director of the Library of Tibetan Books and Archives in Dharamsala, India, and head of the Science Education Project. From 1976 to 86, he studied specialized Buddhist philosophy in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, Dharamsala, and received the Mastery of Prajnaparamitra in 82. He also received the Master of Madhyamaka in 89, and Geshe Lhakdor has been an ordinary professor at the University of British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada. In 2008, he was also conferred an ordinary professorship by the University of Delhi, Department of Psychology. And yes, of course, we talked about, so Professor Sion talked about how to measure the time with respect to the specifications indicated by the Buddhist, the cognitive science, and the modern science. So here we have Geshe Lhakdor, who's going to speak more on what constitutes ontological reality. From Buddhist point of view, what is known as the emptiness, shunyata, and parallel to that is dependent origination, and then from the quantum physics point of view, the observer-based reality. So here, the stage is yours, Geshe Lhakdor, and in 30 minutes, I will indicate, so I request you to wind up your speech. Thank you.
If I may try to translate what I said in Tibetan, this is one shloka which is requesting His Holiness to live long and fulfill all his wishes, because His Holiness is the one who taught us this integrated practice of compassion and wisdom for the well-being of all sentient beings. First of all, I really would like to congratulate and appreciate this amazing organization done by IBC. I can almost go to the extent of saying that what you have organized is almost spotless in every aspect. I've been watching. I'm a keen observer. So let us please clap for the IBC. Second, I have some confessions to make. I am neither a scholar on quantum physics, nor a scholar on neuroscience, not even a scholar on Buddhism. In many cases, because of my association with His Holiness, it happens that I have to organize many things related to science, related to secular learning, and so forth. And then thereby people get the impression, oh, he must be knowledgeable on science, he must be knowledgeable on secular ethics, he must be knowledgeable on Buddhism, which I'm not. But I have this keen interest to try to touch the life of common people. And among all of you, highly educated group, maybe 2, 3 who must have listened to my online talks. So this is what I'm going to repeat. And then also, as you can see, when I start speaking, you can see nothing on the screen. So I'm trying to follow emptiness. This is just joke, but I'm not good in. Number one, this is due to laziness. Number two, I'm not good in technology. So many reasons, many excuses are there. But let me ask you a simple question that I always ask. Although this is not very polite to ask such question to such highly educated group. But for the sake of fun, I'm going to ask this question. Do you all want happiness? Say it loudly. Yes. For how many days? Huh? Only today. Forever. So I'm sorry to say, this is what I ask people all the time. This is important because although when we sit down and think and reflect, then we all say, yes, I want happiness as long as possible. But this is not the way we live. In our regular life, it looks we don't want, forget about long-lasting happiness, it looks like we don't even want happiness. So we need to remind ourselves again and again. And this is exactly what I think His Holiness is trying to do. His Holiness is basically saying all the problems, sufferings that you are encountering are basically because of ignorance. All the sufferings and problems that you are encountering are actually unnecessary suffering. Unnecessary suffering means if you had undergone a little bit of study, a little bit of practice, there will be less suffering, there will be less problem. This is what I want to reiterate today. Why should we study science, neuroscience? Why should we study quantum physics? Why should we thereby study emptiness? Why? These are not just for philosophical, intellectual exercises. Through such a study, the objective and aim is that we become a better human being. How can we become a better human being? By studying neuroscience and physics and quantum physics and emptiness and so forth. Because as far as I'm concerned, I believe that if you understand the law of nature, which in Buddhism is called two truth, conventional truth, ultimate truth, but I try to make it simple. If you understand the law of nature, and live in accordance with the law of nature, your life will be much better. That's why in Buddhism we repeatedly talk about impermanence, which is law of nature. We talk about suffering, which is law of nature. We talk about interdependent origination, which is law of nature. We talk of emptiness, which is law of nature. This is not something the Buddha invented. These are all there for ages. But we turn a blind eye on this truth and reality, and we want to live a life according to our whims and wishes. We keep on seeing what we want to see, not what we should be seeing. We keep on doing the same thing which we want to do, not what we should be doing. That's the problem. If you want to do the same thing, see the same thing, samsara is the best. Problem is the best. Suffering is the best. Because it is in this area that you are familiar. So therefore, His Holiness repeatedly making so much effort in making this collaborative effort with the scientists and so forth is to gain special insight so that we are able to at least reduce our problem sufferings. Now, I think most of you are quite familiar with his own thinking because all the preceding speakers have been talking about that. In order to support this, I would like to make some quotations here. This is a small piece by Ellen Lightman on science and spirituality, where he says, "The blind dogmatism of religion and the vain certitude of science, a sentiment articulated by some of history's greatest minds, from Einstein to Ada Lovelace to Isaac Asimov, all the way back to Galileo, and one that Carl Sagan echoed a decade later, 3 months before his death, where he wrote, 'The notion that science and spirituality are somehow mutually exclusive does a disservice to both.' Because to me, science more or less represents human body. Spirituality or Buddhism represents more of human mind. So discussing and talking between Buddhism and science, or spiritually or science, is really talking between body and mind. You need to take care both of your body and mind. Yet, centuries after Galileo and decades after Carl Sagan, humanity remains profoundly uneasy about reconciling these conflicting frameworks for understanding the universe and our place in it. The vital discomfort is precisely what physicist Alan Lightman, celebrated author of both non-fiction and novels, one of the finest science and essayist writing today, the very first person to receive dual appointments in science and humanity at MIT, an extraordinary storyteller, explores in one of the essays in his entrancing new anthology, The Accidental Universe, the world you thought you knew. In that foreword, Lightman recounts attending a lecture by His Holiness the Dalai Lama at MIT, where he heard His Holiness saying, one of the world's, so Alan goes on saying, one of the world's spiritual leaders sitting cross-legged in a modern temple of science and hearing about the Buddhist concept of shunyata, translated as emptiness, the notion that objects in the physical universe are vacant of inherent meaning and that we imbue them with meaning and value with the thoughts of our own minds. From this, Lightman argues, while adding to history's finest definition of science, arises a central challenge of the human condition. As a scientist, he says, as a scientist, I firmly believe that atoms and molecules are real, even if mostly empty space, and exist independently of our minds. On the other hand, I have witnessed firsthand how distressed I become when I experience anger or jealousy or insult, all emotional states manufactured by my own mind. So that's why we always say, whether you want happiness or suffering, the choice is yours. It is in your hand. That is what he also says. The mind is certainly its own cosmos. Even in old books, like Milton's Paradise Lost, where he says the mind can make a heaven of hell or hell of heaven. In our constant search for meaning in this baffling and temporary existence, trapped as we are within our 3 pounds of neurons, it is sometimes hard to tell what is real. We often invent what is not there or ignore what is there. We try to impose order both in our minds and in our conceptions of external reality. We try to connect. We try to find truth. We dream and we hope. And underneath all of these strivings, we are haunted by the suspicion that what we see and understand of the world is only a tiny piece of the whole. Science does not reveal the meaning of our existence, but it does draw back some of the covering, some of the veils. This is what he says. Then if I quote Bertrand Russell, a very famous philosopher, who gives a definition of good life, Russell's definition of that good life remains the simplest and most heartening one I have ever encountered, where he says, see, this is exactly what His Holiness is saying all the time. The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Then let me quote Dr. King, Martin Luther King, where he says, the life of the individual has meaning only so far it aids in making the life of every living being nobler and more beautiful. Life is sacred, that is to say, it is the supreme value to which all other values are subordinate. I understood that if I wish to understand life and its meaning, I must not live the life of a parasite, but must live a real life, and taking the meaning giving to live by real humanity and merging myself in that life. Verify it. Few more quotations regarding today's education. Our whole theory of education, Henry Muller famously lamented, our whole theory of education is based on the absurd notion that we must learn to swim on land before tackling the water. We are not taught how to tackle with your life's problems, right? With its factory schooling model, its biologically unsound schedules, and its failure to account for different types of intelligence, the modern education system leaves much to be denied in terms of encouraging creativity, critical thinking, and hands-on learning. And then Albert Einstein, the value of college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. Now this last one is very, very powerful. A German high school principal sends the following letter to his teachers at the beginning of each school year. So this is saying that education, the so-called, actually not education, so kind of learning that you get is not enough to become a good human being. A German high school principal sends the following letter to his teacher at the beginning of each school year. I am one of the survivors of a concentration camp. My eyes have seen things that no man should see. And what are those? Gas chambers built by well-trained engineers. Engineers means supposed to be educated, and gas chambers are built by them. Children poisoned by well-trained doctors, supposed to be educated. Babies killed with needles by trained nurses. People shot and burned high school and university graduates. Is this what we want to continue? So therefore, I still have 2 minutes. I'll make full use of it. So I really wanted to say, as a parting kind of statement, this is what I've been saying repeatedly. Today, the world population is over 8 billion human population. All this over 8 billion human population are all dead after 100 years counting for today. I'm not saying they will be killed by nuclear bombs and ballistic missiles. Unfortunately, these are all there, but even otherwise. And this is exactly what the Buddha said. His first teaching was on impermanence. Why he said this? So now if you have only 100 years to live, not applicable to all of us because we've already 50, 60 years already lived. So that makes us think what we should be doing for the remaining of the year. Bullying each other, exploiting each other, making our life more miserable. So this is what His Holiness is concerned, that we are unfortunately bringing problem upon ourselves because of lack of knowledge of the truth and the reality. Thank you.